Next team in third place is the Tennessee Titans. Interesting, right? Everybody knows that Cam Ward was not my favorite quarterback at all, but in the grand scheme of things, he ended up at the Tennessee Titans. I love everything that he's saying. Will Levis and Mason Rudolph, that was a struggle bus of a performance by both of them, even though I feel a little bit more highly about Mason Rudolph than a lot of people. Bringing Tony Pollard to the team, he had 1,000 yards. Calvin Ridley had 1,000 yards. So there's something that you can build off there, right? And so, you start to feel really good about it. So they go and they sign Dan Moore Jr., a left tackle, Kevin Zeitler to a 1-year deal. They're bringing Van Jefferson on a 1-year deal, so we'll see how that goes. Van Jefferson is he's a really good locker room guy to have. They signed defensive lineman Draymond Jones, linebackers Cody Barton, my boy, Lorenzo Carter, and safety Xavier Woods. So he's likely to start on the opposite side of Amani Hooker. So we'll see how that pans out. And of course, they bring Brandon Allen in to help mentor Cam Ward, who is another guy that's traveled from team to team, but a good guy to have in your locker room. Brian Callahan is really, really trying to get this squad together. If not, I could see this being his last year. Solid draft class from him. Cam Ward, of course, in the number 1 pick. Olu Oladejo from UCLA, who had a hell of a Senior Bowl, physical specimen, says all the right things, does all the right things. Kevin Winston Jr., one of our favorite safeties in this class. Chimere DK in the 4th round, the speedy wide receiver out of Florida. We love Chim DK. We talked to him at the Senior Bowl. One of my favorite, if not favorite, tight end in this class. All around, it's probably Gunnar Helm. They bring him in the 4th round. Alec Ayomanor, big body guy from Stanford. Contested catch beast. They got him in the 4th round as well. So they just loaded up in the 4th round. They just said, somebody try to stop us. Jackson Slater comes over from Sacramento State, which a lot of people had, very high hopes on. Sacramento State is one of those up and coming programs in the FCS level. Khalil Mullins was not supposed to be the starter. He came in. He transitioned from linebacker and came in as a running back. Marcus Harris, cornerback from California. And then they had a couple offseason signings, including the likes of my boy Xavier Restrepo, right? So, all that being said, hopefully with not only their offensive line improvement that they had there, their draft, hopefully those guys, I think a lot of those guys are going to come in and be first-year starters for them. But to improve by 3 games, I think this is another case where we're looking at a team that's going to have a bunch of close wins and find themselves in the spot where they're feeling really good about themselves going into 2026. And I hate to say that to all the Tennessee Titans fans out there, but here's the truth. Your season really relies on how good Cam Ward can be. And I'm not sure who he's going to be. Donovan Edwards. There we go. Thank you. Opposite side of Blake Corum when they won the national championship. I can't remember those 2 guys' names to save the life of me. But yeah, what do you think, man? It's hard to say. That one was a very difficult one.
It really depends on how fast Cam Ward comes on. Is he going to be really good year 1? Is he going to be really good right out the gate, or is he going to take him a couple weeks? Is it going to take him a couple, a year or 2? I believe Cam Ward coming out was looked at as one of the more NFL ready quarterbacks. So, hopefully he can come out and give you something good right away, but maybe it won't be good right away. Sometimes it takes a little while for quarterbacks to come to the NFL and adjust and, get into the swing of things. So maybe it takes about a half a season for him, to get it going. Maybe it's too late, but, at that point, but they have a really good defense, and I think that could bail them out until Cam Ward, finds his groove, figures it out. And, Cam Ward still has a good offense around him, but just him figuring it out, like you said. Last year, I think they had one of the best scoring defenses in the NFL, if not the best. It was up there. It was very good. Much better than you'd think it was. I mean, that defense could step up. If that defense could continue that, a similar level play until Cam Ward gets things going, then I think that this Titans team can be a really good team. And with the rest of the division kind of like being up in the air, if Cam Ward can come come out strong right out the gate, I think that the Titans could compete for the division if that defense stays at a similar level it was last year. Because, like you were saying, I mean, I think they have a really good blend of young talent and some veterans here and there. Like they have Tyler Lockett. Absolutely love Tyler Lockett. He was a phenomenal pickup. Treylon Burks. We'll see if he can put it together. Right now, he's dealing with an injury. Calvin Ridley, he's another guy. We'll see if he can. We'll see what he brings this year. Van Jefferson, Tajay Spears. They have him too. He was one of your guys coming out a couple of years ago. I know that you love Tajay Spears, and I like the way he runs.
The meme of him looking me up and down when I said I used to play football is forever one of my favorite moments of ECG history. That's ECG lore for everybody. Does anybody want me to put together a meme video of when I said, yeah, I used to play football back in the day. I know you can't tell right now. He looked me up and down, bro. It was the most hilarious thing. Super nice guy, but that is some ECG lore for you boys. Go back and watch the Tajay Spears interview.
But yeah, I mean, they have a good running back mix. You already talked about Tony Pollard. We'll see how this offense line has a lot of young talent on it, a good mix of veterans too. I think this team is really set up for success. It's just like you said, it's really just a matter of fact of, how fast is Cam Ward gonna come into his own, or we'll see, and we'll see how good he can be in his rookie year. That's really what they're dependent on, because their secondary is solid. I mean, I like Roger McCreary, I like L'Jarius Sneed, Amani Hooker, Xavier Woods. This is a solid football team. And we already talked about Jeffrey Simmons and, in our position rankings. We all know he's one of the best defensive linemen in the league. This is a really good team. And if, barring any really bad injuries, barring anything crazy happens, I really think the Titans can compete to win the division if everything went their way. But don't sleep on the Titans. Don't sleep on the Titans.
Yeah, I'll say don't sleep on him. We'll see what J.C. Latham feels like when he switches over to his more natural position of right tackle. We like J.C. Latham coming out in the draft, so hopefully that works out. Now he's playing in his natural place. But losing Harold Landry to the Patriots is going to suck balls for them. And then to add insult to injury, Kevin Byard is out there too. And so they're all playing under Mike Vrabel right now, but I think Kevin Byard should still be a Titan, right? I really feel like he should still be a Tennessee Titan at this point in time. But yeah, like you said, L'Jarius Sneed and the boys, I still feel like their defense is the one that's going to be carrying them. As long as Jeffrey Simmons is there, he's going to carry the torch for that defense. As far as their offense is the biggest question mark. I want to see a lot of Xavier Restrepo, and I'm going to need it immediately. I'm just saying, I think he should have been drafted, man. He should have been drafted, and I think it's such a great story. It's like, I'm not high on the potential of Cam Ward, but I love him as a human. I love him as what he says to the media. Even the video that goes back to Shedeur Sanders, they said, when he was talking about, hey man, you don't have any other hobbies outside of football? And he was like, no. He said, when I searched my name up on Google, I wanted to say Cam Ward football player. I don't want to say nothing else. He's like, I'm focused. I love his mentality. I just hope he can get away with the stuff that he did in college. He is one of the players that I hope proves me wrong at this level, because I just don't see it with Cam Ward. Literally, I want us to come at the end of the year and be like, one of the things that I said last year that I didn't think was going to be possible was Cam Ward being a great NFL quarterback. And if he proves me wrong, I'll be the first one to tell you. And that'll be one of the takes that I'm like, I got to do I'm excited. Like, I could do my homework a little bit more, but then also I'll feel really good about it because of the personality matches up with the talent, right? And I hope that for the Titans. I mean, it's been a while since they've seen some really good quarterback play. And I mean, Ryan Tannehill was all right, but like, they haven't seen really good quarterback play since Steve McNair. I mean, Jake Lott, like go through the list of quarterbacks that have come through there that like they just hoped were the next big guy, right? Or the next best guy. Like, Jake Locker and Vince Young and Marcus Mariota, bro, they've been striking out. At least they've been trying.
No.
That's what I feel so bad about the Titans. Like, you could say, you know, when it comes to organizations, at least these guys have tried to find a quarterback. They swung for the fences when Marcus Mariota should have been good, which he probably should have been on the Eagles with Chip Kelly, but their ego was too big enough for them to even pull the trigger on that. But gets drafted to the Titans after winning the Heisman. Didn't do anything. Vince Young beating USC in the national championship. He should have been there. Jake Locker, with how talented he was coming out of Washington, just couldn't stay healthy. Yeah, that's crazy. Tennessee Tactical says, I agree with Jason that it's going to take great play by Cam Ward, though. Yeah. We used to call Kevin the mayor of Murfreesboro. Murfreesboro. I miss Kevin. Yeah. He should still be a Titan, man. But with that being said, guys, it's either the payoff with quarterback is going to pay off this year, or the payoff at quarterback is not, and they're going to owe a lot of people some money. Like, yeah, they're gonna be paying a hefty contract for a guy that they really believe in, because as these years have told us, you invest a lot into the players that you love, and sometimes it just doesn't move the needle, and that's unfortunate. So, the number 2 team.